Shime. Hadaka-san. Hadaka-san is the last of the variations of the naked chokes. Okay. Here we go. We're going to utilize, actually Hadaka-san was very, just like on the Kodo, the old way. The person would enter, and we would go inside this way, and then we would trap underneath their arm, and we'd come in and we would just choke back. Same exact concept as knee. Person comes in, he would rotate, I would even rotate, he would just turn into it, break the balance, lock inside the elbow, step in, and so. I have seen variations. Now that is actually a true Hadaka, because we're not using a lapel or anything like that. So that's literally, when would we use Hadaka? Say I'm on the beach, someone kicks sand in my face, I need to take them out. Okay, there's a good example where we would use a Hadaka. You see it all the time in mixed martial arts and stuff like that. Okay. Person goes to go sail, he reaches in, bam, lock the inside, set the choke. Okay, from the choke. If I wanted to, I have seen variations where they'll grab the sleeve and they'll shoot it this way, bam, and they'll go into a strangulation. Okay, in the Jo-Kyu variation, you have to understand what the Jo-Kyu is. The Jo-Kyu is the upper variations. The upper variations, and a lot of the old schools call it Okuden, the deeper level. In the last 16 years of Professor's life, all he did was permutate all the advanced levels. At Pacific Coast Academy, the Hambu Dojo, he referred to these as Jo-Kyu upper curriculum. In the upper curriculum, this is the last 16 years of his work. Okay, this is what he did. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the Jo-Kyu. And in the Jo-Kyu, what we literally did was take the original concepts and we just threw out all the boundaries, all the restrictions. Okay. We're going to enter Jo-Kyu. On the second level, I'm going to enter it just like I did in the other Jo-Kyu variation. But this time, when he enters, when he goes to pull or enter, say, Oe, not only am I going to accelerate the elbow, but I'm going to accelerate the chin. As I accelerate, pushing the elbow down, accelerating the chin is going to float him, get him in a floating position. This motion, I'm just going to come in and push down. That's going to cause some serious discomfort. Okay, but I want you to be careful because what we can do is we can break the neck by leaning forward. That's actually the technique. Now, a lot of time in the Jo-Kyu is so violent and so devastating that is a combative art form. Where a lot of the other techniques, the traditional techniques, are more of what we refer to as etiquette waza, techniques that we can practice in the school without hurting people. Okay, this definitely is going to hurt him. Okay, so let's look at it one more time. So I'm in this position, the person moves. As he moves, I'm going to accelerate the chin, collapse, float my opponent in here. From here, I'm just going to grab, push forward, and that's going to break his neck. From here, keeping the bridge and keeping him off balance, I'm going to slip my arm underneath. This time, instead of locking into my elbow, I'm going to grab the sleeve. I'm going to grab the sleeve because it gives me more flexibility. So then I kind of break out of the Hadaka concept. And from here, I'm going to shoot inside this way. I'm going to pull on my sleeve as I set the choke. From here, I'm going to rotate into a strangulation. Being able to do that easily because I have the sleeve now. Choke, bam. From here, I'm going to clear the head, bam. You know, give him that lightning bolt scar on the forehead as a memory of our technique. Okay, so once again, let's look at the Jo-Kyu level. Hadaka CA. Turn the chin, break the kazushi. Set, grab the sleeve, set the choke, each, knee, sorry. Okay, chin roll. Sho, sa! Sho, so! Hadaka-san, Jo-Kyu level.